An off-duty pilot, his name Joseph David Emerson, 44 years of age, is accused of trying to shut off the engines of the plane, a packed-out Alaska Airlines passenger jet. He tried to shut off the fucking engines, and subsequently he's been charged with 83 counts of attempted murder. So again, his name is Joseph David Emerson, 44 years of age, and he was sat in the jump seat next to the pilot on board of a plane flying from Everett in suburban Seattle to San Francisco. Apparently, he tried to deploy the fire suppression system with a view to crashing the plane. Thankfully, crew members were able to subdue him and they removed him from the controls. And with that, the aircraft was once more secure, and thankfully the plane was able to land safely. That's all the information that we have at this point. Again, the guy's facing 83 counts of attempted murder. He's an off-duty pilot. Now, in my mind, commercial airline pilots, indeed pilots in general, are generally considered to be high-value individuals. Can't really think of the right terms to use. High-value individuals is what I've settled with, but upstanding members of the community. There we go, that's a better one. In my mind, pilots are generally considered to be upstanding members of the community. They're normally considered to be particularly intelligent, of above average intelligence, high levels of awareness, exemplary levels of professionalism, dedication, bravery, all of these great traits, the best amongst us. That's my general take on pilots. Am I deluded? Am I naive? Perhaps. And there's this guy, Joseph David Emerson, a pilot. We don't know what kind of pilot. And because he's a pilot, he was invited to sit in the jump seat. Oh, here you go, buddy. You can sit in with us whilst we fly the plane. Bit of fun, innit? And he chose to try to murder everyone in the plane. That's quite the turnaround from being a sane, contributing member of society to be an absolute maniac at the drop of a hat. What the F happened there? We're not told anything about Joseph David Emerson other than he's an off-duty pilot. We're given a bit of a description. We're told that he's white. Apparently, that's need to know information. But we don't know anything about his criminal history. I presume he doesn't have one. I would guess in general, I'm sure there's room for exceptions, but I would think that in general, pilots wouldn't able to have a pilot's license should they have a significant criminal history. But I'm guessing now, I really don't know. I would guess that he doesn't have any diagnosed mental health issues. Again, I'm guessing. I would think that if a pilot was diagnosed with mental health issues, that would need to be reported to the FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, and with that, I would imagine that a pilot with mental health issues would have their license revoked. I would imagine that's the case. I'm guessing. Hopefully that is the case. That seems like a good little strategy to me. So with that, I'm guessing that the off-duty pilot doesn't have a criminal history and doesn't have a diagnosed mental health issue history. So if that's the case, what's happened here? What's turned him from being a normal human to an absolute murderous maniac? What the F happened there? I guess we don't know. I'm thinking there's perhaps not a great deal of point in guessing. Pilots are generally well paid, so sure, being well paid doesn't mean you don't have financial issues, financial stresses in your life, but generally it's going to help, isn't it? So I really don't know what's going on there. Perhaps we'll find out, perhaps we won't. This incident happened a few days back, last Sunday, and I've just seen the one article about this, and it's not even a very detailed article. So I'm thinking that this is a subject that the Matrix doesn't really want us to talk about, and perhaps we don't need to. If this is a one-off situation, perhaps we don't really need to talk about it too much. He tried to crash the plane. He was unable to crash the plane. He was subdued. If this is a one-off situation, okay, perhaps the media doesn't need to make too much of a fuss over it. Having said that, over the last several months, we have seen a lot of incidences, both in airports, a lot of fights occurring in airports of various kinds between groups of people, between individuals attacking staff members attacking customers, all kinds of fights you'll find that out there on the internet in airports, but also in planes. Every other week there seems to be a video going viral of a fight, an argument, a so-called Karen causing problems, typically the customers, the passengers causing problems. So perhaps there are regular situations similar to this occurring in planes. But, you know, I've gone on a bit of a ramble there. I'm a bit of a conspiracy theorist. Don't ban me, YouTube. But I do think that some people might be reacting particularly poorly in the skies than they did before. But anyway, I'm going to wrap things up at this point. If you appreciate the coverage, please do like, comment, subscribe, share the video as you see fit. If you're in a position to consider joining my memberships, please do. Perhaps you're able to drop a super thanks. But if you're not able to do any of those things, that's perfectly fine. So I'm going to thank you for your time and take care.